Back in 2013, a Silicon Valley mogul was facing serious criminal charges in a domestic abuse case involving his girlfriend. Police obtained a surveillance video from his home showing him kicking his girlfriend 117 times and also attempting to smother her with a pillow. Now, what's interesting is because of his wealth and because of the fact that he was able to buy the best defense attorneys, he got all of his charges dropped to a misdemeanor. However, justice might be served in a second domestic abuse case that he's involved in. So the man in question is Gurbaksh Chahal. So there he is. And the footage was so clear that San Francisco police were able to determine that he punched and kicked his girlfriend 117 times in 30 minutes. He also smothered her with a pillow for 20 seconds. She stated that she was unable to breathe. She stated that he said, "I'm going to kill you 4 times. She stated she was in fear for her life. Now, interestingly enough, this man who is tremendously wealthy, in fact, he sold his first startup for $40 million when he was only 18, and then his second startup 4 years later for $300 million. He was able to get his defense attorneys to make the video inadmissible in court because of the way cops obtained the video. So a judge ruled that the video was inadmissible because the police had seized it improperly. The judge was not swayed by the prosecutor's argument that the cops hadn't had time to secure a warrant because a tech mogul could so easily erase the footage.
It's funny how sometimes the Supreme Court rules, well, if you're chasing a defendant or you're doing this or that, well, we're going to allow the evidence even though you didn't have a warrant. But when it comes to a really rich guy, all of a sudden, inadmissible.
Yeah. And also, look, because he was so wealthy, he was able to give his ex-girlfriend X amount of money. It's alleged that he gave her as much as $4 million to no longer, work with the police, no longer cooperate with them. So then fast forward to a few years later when he's involved in another domestic dispute. Now, this second girl that he was involved in also called the cops and alleged that he had abused her. He did the same thing. He apparently gave her money, and then he also threatened her because she had immigrated here from South Korea, and he said, "Hey, you know what? I can point to your immigration papers and say that there's fraud, and then you'll be in a lot of trouble." So he actually scared her enough to the point where she went back to South Korea, did not cooperate with the authorities. However, interestingly enough, the district attorney's office needed only a preponderance of the evidence to establish that Chahal had violated his probation. That's probation from the first case when he allegedly assaulted a second woman. In a brilliant move, the district attorney's office stated or asked the judge if the video from the first case could be admitted to establish that the second assault was essentially a repeat offense. The judge ruled that it could. So the prosecution also had a recording of the 911 call made by the second girlfriend. That and the video convinced the judge, who ruled on July 22nd, that he had indeed violated his probation. So remember, all the serious charges against him were dropped in the first case because the victim no longer cooperated with the authorities and because they were unable to use that surveillance footage. So all the charges got dropped. He only had 2 misdemeanor charges, which he pleaded guilty to. He paid a $500 fine, went to domestic abuse classes, and he was on probation. He violated his probation, so now he's going to get sentenced, and we're hoping that he'll get at least 2 years in prison.
Yeah, I mean, like the first sentence, because of the fact that the alleged $4 million settlement, the woman won't testify, they don't have the videotape, that's why it was so light, but it was maddening. I mean, for punching and kicking someone 117 times, 25 hours of community service. A $500 fine for this guy is nothing.
Right.
In fact, he laughed it off and said, quote, a traffic ticket.
Yeah.
And so, but the problem with this guy, and Daily Beast actually wrote a great article about this, but in the article, I felt like, and I hope I'm not being unfair to the writer here, but felt like they were saying he did all this despite the fact that he made $40 million, or at least his company was sold for $40 million at the age of 18, despite the fact that his second company was sold for $300 million. And my argument is, it's not as despite, it's because.
No, I think that the writing made it seem like the writer intended what you said, but no, I think they were trying to make a point about how this guy has so much wealth that he's able to afford the type of defense attorneys that most people are not able to afford. And in fact, he's able to use his money to make certain cases go away. So apparently he was so connected that he had the ability to pay off someone who could convince the district attorney to drop charges.
That's at least what they were claiming,
Yeah.
that he was ready to pay out another $1 million
Yes.
to make this go away. It even, according to those emails, all the way went up to Willie Brown. Now, we don't know that it really did. That was his friend claiming that.
Right.
So, now look, I want to be clear. I'm not saying because he had a lot of money, it made him do this. Of course not. I'm not saying the guys in Silicon Valley normally do this. Of course not. What I'm saying is that since he got so rich so young, it seemed like probably to him, what happens when you get that wealthy or that powerful? You get surrounded by a bunch of yes men, and especially before you've had a chance to mature, and so you don't understand the consequences of your actions. I'm not trying to excuse him with the affluenza case. I'm trying to say that's why he would be stupid enough, after having gotten away with it the first time around in such an egregious case,
right,
to do it again.
To do it again.
Because he thought, well, I got away with it the first time. I got all this money when I was 18. I've got all this power. No one ever challenges me. I'm going to keep on getting away with it.
Yeah, look, I think that more than anything, he believed that he was above the law and that he could make any case go away. And that emboldens a person, which is why it's important to make sure that justice is served regardless of someone's socioeconomic status. I'm not saying go after them aggressively and make them do, hard time for minor offenses, but I am saying that, the issue that we have right now with the two-tier justice system is a nightmare. It's a disaster. I sound like Trump, I'm sorry.
It's a mess. We're not winning with it anymore.
Mostly because you can't have a system that continuously sends this message to the wealthy that they can get away with bad behavior over and over again.
The TV show Extra, presumably before all this happened, of course, had ranked him America's most eligible bachelor. Oops.